Hi everyone, and thank you for joining me. My name is Krisha Sarah Bowen, also known as the Giant Slayer. I am a purpose and lifestylist. I help people come off pause, press play, and power up their purpose. And my main agenda is to help you to push past pain and passionately pursue purpose. So as soon as you come on, just let me know who is here, where you're joining me from before we go into this teaching on today. And today, just as the title say, we're going to talk about developing the SWOT for our life. We're going to talk about looking at our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Now, the SWOT is something that is used in business terms when companies want to make major decisions. They do what is called a SWOT analysis. And today, I am going to teach you how to use the SWOT, the entire system of SWOT, to look at your life and to begin building a foundation for 2018. So first of all, let me wish you all a happy new year. I believe that 2018 is a year of growth, a year of expansion, and a year of tremendous blessing for those who put themselves in the position to receive it. So as soon as you're on here, just let me know who is joining me. Say hi, let me know where you're joining me from, and we will begin shortly. So I'm just gonna go ahead and share this video some places on social media to make sure everyone is able to see us live. Hi Monique, hi Brianna, thank you guys so much for joining me. And if you feel like you have someone who may benefit from this training today, please do me a favor and share on your timeline if you trust that the information I'm about to share today is going to benefit someone who is connected to you. So I'm going to share as well so that everyone in my network will be able to see this video and be a part of this live training as we dive into doing the SWOT analysis. So just give me a second here. Hi Kingston, bless you, thank you for joining me. I hope you are excited about doing this analysis, as excited as I am about teaching it. Good, so I'm finding my video. Come on. Yes, it's here. Okay, so let me share. Copy the link. Hi, thank you for joining me. Oh, we have 2 people from Kingston here. Awesome. So as soon as you join, please tell me where you guys are joining me from. So I want to know what states, what countries we have joining me. Even if you're joining the replay, guess what? I go back and I look at all of the comments. I go back and I look at all of the questions. So even if you're joining me from another country, another state, watching the replay, do share where you're joining me from so that I can go ahead and address you. So let me just share this here. Good, so we are ready. Now today we're going to talk about developing the SWOT analysis for our lives. Now John Maxwell, one of the most prolific leadership gurus, he says something, and I love this statement and I always reference it. He always says that you have to know yourself to grow yourself. A lot of people want to pursue growth, but they're not exactly sure how to do it. And in knowing ourselves, we have to know our strengths, our weaknesses, our opportunities, and our threats. So today, this is the foundation of knowing yourself to grow yourself. There are 2 parts, I believe, in life, and these 2 parts are struggle and progress. Somebody say struggle and progress. And on these 2 parts, there are people who are either struggling through life or people who are progressing through life. Or let's be honest, there are people who are struggling to progress. So on these 2 parts, there are deliberate things that you must do to ensure that you have success. I decided to start off 2018 with sharing a foundation with those that I'm connected to so that you too can win in 2018. The difference between winners and losers is that winners make a decision. Winners are deliberate and they are intentional. Winners know themselves and they grow themselves. So today, as we look at the SWOT, and I hope you guys have printed your SWOT worksheet. If you need to get a copy of this worksheet, just go to the page Purpose Diaries, message SWOT, SWOT, and I will be sure to get this copy to you. But today I'm going to use my personal SWOT to begin to teach you how to develop your SWOT. So all this talk about SWOT, 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 you're probably like, what is this and why is it important anyway? So we're going to start with the S. The S in SWOT stands for strengths. Somebody put up strengths all over the screen. I want to see strengths coming up before I go ahead to teach. So let me see strengths. Strengths. S stands for strengths, and only when I see it in the comments, then I'm going to begin to teach what the strength is and how you develop your strength. So I know we may have a little bit of a delay and some of you are just joining me. Good, Brianna, I see strength. You're out the gate and you're blazing. So when we talk about strengths in our lives, somebody says, I used the SWOT to write my business plan and my instructor gave me 100%. Absolutely, the SWOT is important. And if we use some of these business terminology, if we use some of these business models and apply it to our lives, we will see significant growth. So we're talking about strength. And when you talk about your strengths, I want you to list the things that you are great at. Hey, Crystal, I want you to list the things that come naturally to you. It's like a natural ability. If I go to anyone who's connected to you and I say, what is Crystal good at? Or what is Jocelyn good at? What is Monique good at? What is the first thing that people would say? A strength is something that you can do with your eyes closed. It just comes to you naturally, and it's a part of you that is innate. It has been given to you from the foundation of the earth, and you do it well. You are exceptional at this thing. And if you ask people, what are your strengths or what are you good at? It's the first thing that they would say. Now that's an example of your strengths. So you need to begin to be able to list your strengths. List those things that you are good at. I see somebody says social skills, right? Is that matriarch? Am I saying that correct? Social skills. Now we look at what are you good at. Then we want to look at also what comes to you naturally, so that you can just do it without much effort. Then we also want to look at what areas of my life do I have success in. So if you are great at finance, if you can manage your money well, then that is one of your strengths. So look at the areas of your life that you have tremendous success in. I know for Jocelyn, in the area of health, that is one of her strengths. So whatever are some areas that comes to you naturally, number one. Number two, things that you can do with your eyes closed. It's just something that you can do and you are known for it. Number two. Number three, things that you have a good success rate at. What are some of the things that you are good at based on your past experiences? There are some people that are great at creating ideas. There are some people that are great at growing things. There are some people that are great at nurturing. Begin to think about yourself and to think, what are these good qualities about myself? What are these things that I can use as my strengths? Guess what? Anytime you ask someone what is their strength, Crystal, what is their strength, Jocelyn, they hesitate or they have a hard time listing their strengths. Do you know why that is? Because we are taught that we don't play up ourselves, or we don't boast about our strengths, or we don't focus on them much. And this is something that I want you to change. This is a mindset I want you to adjust. Your strength is a strength for a reason, and you need to know your strength so you can utilize it to your advantage. So the first part of the SWOT is for you to list all of these things and say what you are good at, what comes to you naturally, what do you have past success with. Maybe at your job you are the one that has great success at a particular thing, right? Maybe you have great success at a particular thing and you have a success story. Guess what? That is a strength. Whatever success story you have based on your experiences. Hey Victoria, thank you for joining. Hey Nicole. Whatever success stories you have, that is a strength. So I want you to begin to, nice to be here, nice to have you here. I want you to list these things on your SWOT worksheet. Begin with your strengths. Now, W, we're going to talk about weaknesses. So as soon as you guys are ready, just put up weakness on the screen. And when I see at least one weakness, then I will go ahead and teach. So let me just make sure that you guys are engaged. You are getting this. I'm excited to help you to develop your SWOT. W talks about weaknesses, and I need just one person to type weakness. Yes, good. Crystal, I see you. And I will teach you about weaknesses. Now, weaknesses are the things that you struggle with. They are the things that you are not good at. They are the bad habits that you have. They are the personality traits that we are working on. They are the things that we do last on our to-do list because we have no joy in doing them. They are the things that we procrastinate on the most, because usually when we procrastinate at things, it is something that is unpleasant or something that we feel that we are not good at doing. And guess what? There are some traits and some habits that we possess that are weaknesses. So I want you to look at your life and think about some of the things that become your weaknesses. Let me be honest, and I'll give you an example. One of my weaknesses, believe it or not, is consistency. One of my weaknesses is consistency. I am a starter, so I have great ideas, I can start things, I'm great at it, but then when it comes to follow through, that is my weakness. And listen, I know myself to grow myself, because those who interact with me, or if you coach with me, or even hearing me today, you would never believe that is a weakness. You would probably say, no way. When I tell people I'm an introvert, they are like, introvert where, introvert who? Because the way that I carry myself, people will never believe that I'm an introvert, but I am. Now, what we tend to do is we forget about our strengths and we focus on our weaknesses, because we think that the weaknesses are the areas that we need to be stronger in. So we have been programmed to focus on these weaknesses and these areas that we are not too good at. And guess what? When we focus on the weaknesses, we neglect the strengths and we end up creating disasters. We end up not generating results at all. Is this resonating with anyone? Give me some hearts if you're connecting with anything that I'm saying today. So what you end up having, hey Nakisha, what you end up having is a strong weakness. Because you're so focused on the weakness, and I'm weak in this area, so I need to focus on it. You neglect the strengths, and then you become weaker. So you just have a strong weakness, and you are not using things that are to your advantage. So what you're really supposed to do is focus on your strengths and delegate your weaknesses. I see somebody say, this is good, great. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. You focus on your strengths, you delegate your weaknesses, right? When I focus on my strengths, I know I just shifted somebody's mind. Somebody's like, oh my God, I'm created to win. When you focus on your strengths and you delegate your weaknesses, it means that you delegate the parts of you that you are not naturally good at. You delegate the parts of you that you have not had success with. You delegate the parts of you that you struggle with to someone who has that particular strength. So my best friend, she is a finisher, right? And what I do is that once I start something, I tell her about it and I get accountability, because I know she's going to get under my skin. I know sometimes she's even going to get under my nerves for me to finish what I have started. So I delegate the bad habits. I delegate the things that I struggle with. I delegate the things that I want to procrastinate with to her, or I delegate it to my mother, because my mother is a finisher. So she is going to ensure that whatever I do, I finish. So once I have an idea, if I have an idea, my strength is actually idea creation. You can give me 0 and I would turn that 0 into 100, because that's just the way I'm wired. I am naturally a creative person. But when I am creative, I also know that I am a starter. So I need to share my vision with someone who is a finisher, because you need to understand that that is the finisher's strength. The finisher can can take a vision and see it to the finish line. Have you ever looked at a relay when people are running a race that they pass the baton for someone else to finish the race? Kevin Durant says this, and I love it. He says, he's talking about basketball. He says you play to shoot, but you never forget that it's a team effort. So if you are playing to shoot and just to win, you are forgetting that life is a team effort. Ready for the vision? Good. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this. Life is a team effort. So you need to have people on your team. Hey, April, you need to have people on your team who are strong where you are weak. For years, we have tried to strengthen our weakness. Guess what? You are not good at it. And I'm not saying that you can never become good at it. Actually, with practice, over 10,000 hours, with deliberate effort, with creating new habits over 90 days, you can become good at it. Yeah. But it's going to take you a longer time to develop a weakness into a strength than it is to delegate your weakness. Because someone who you delegate that weakness to is strong in that area. And they are going to ensure that you take it to the finish line. So let's talk about weaknesses. These are the things that you struggle with. These are the skills that you do not possess. Maybe you are not good at technology. Why frustrate yourself trying to become an A1 tech person? Maybe you need to just delegate that part of your business. Maybe you just need to have someone on your team who is better at that than you are. Listen, I'm not good. Yes, I can turn 0 into 100, but I'm not good at the financial management part. I have people on my team who are great with money. So they will tell me, okay, you made an error here. You did this wrong. One of my purpose partners, she would be like, you have to price this differently. Because guess what? That is not my strength. So I have to stop focusing on the weakness, dwell in my strength. That is what I'm good at. That is what I'm excellent at. I'm excellent at coming on live here and teaching you. I'm not going to try to be an accountant. I'm not going to try to be a finance guru, because I'm not. But I'm good at helping you set the foundation for your life. So I'm not going to try to have a strong weakness, but I delegate. And I thank you guys so much for the hearts. That is encouraging me. It lets me know this is making sense. This is connecting, and this is helping you today. So that's enough about weaknesses. Now we're going to go to opportunities. If you are ready to hear about opportunities, let me see opportunity come up all over the screen. Excuse me. I see the heart. I'm overly excited. As you can tell, I'm sweating bullets because I have all these lights on me so that you can see me well. But I'm determined to help you win. I'm determined to help you set the foundation of your life. Opportunity, opportunity, opportunity. Good. Let's go. We're ready. We're ready. And as I said, if you want a copy of this worksheet, you go to this same page, Purpose Diaries. Send me a message, and all the message needs to say is SWOT, SWOT, and I will make sure that you get the PDF of this worksheet so you can create your own SWOT. So let's talk about opportunities, right? Opportunities are things that you need to have your eyes out for. You need to be looking out for opportunities. Opportunities are new trends. Opportunities are growth phases in your industry. Opportunities are room for advancement and promotion on your job. Opportunities is new technology, new software, advancements in your industry, promotions on your job, availability to be an intern, to volunteer, to help someone with their vision. These are all examples of opportunities. And listen, your life is not void of opportunities. Every day there are actually opportunities presented to you, but you may not have on the lens to view it as an opportunity, and you may not be deliberate about looking for those opportunities. For example, whatever field you are in, whatever career that you are in, there is advancement happening in that career. probably daily, and there are changes that are happening, and these are all opportunities. When I started my job, when I started my second job, right, I was overqualified for the position that I started at. I actually started at a position that was below my qualifications. So I had all these strengths, and your qualifications is also a strength. So I had all these strengths, but I just needed a job. So I went in at a job that was lower than the qualifications that I had. But guess what? I had to look for opportunities. These are doors. These are ways that I can advance. These are ways that I can give back. So guess what? I did the job that everybody else hated. I did the job that no one else wanted to do. So if no one wanted to wipe tables, I wiped tables. If no one wanted to sweep floors, I swept floors. If no one wanted to work overtime, I worked overtime. Guess what happened? When the opportunity came, the opportunity actually found me. Because those who mattered were looking on, and they said, wow, every time we need someone to do this, I jump at it. Every time they need someone to do that, I jump at it. And no task was menial. No task was beneath me, right? Start small and move up. Yes, no task was beneath me. Actually, I volunteered to do the things everyone had an attitude about. If there was some task that was real difficult, that was a task that I wanted to do. Because guess what? That was an opportunity for growth. Hey, Koza, thank you for joining. And within 6 months, I was promoted on that job ahead of people who were there longer than I was. Why? Because I was looking for opportunities. Sometimes opportunities don't look glamorous. Sometimes opportunities look like getting down and dirty. Sometimes opportunities look like the menial task. Sometimes opportunities looks like frustration. Sometimes opportunities look like the thing that you do not want to do. Hey Tracy, bless you. And it is in those things that doors begin to open. So guess what? I didn't even have to knock on doors. They were open even before, because I had the qualifications and the strengths for that position, but there was no availability. So I worked the lower position using my strength, maximizing it, not looking at my weaknesses, looking for opportunities. And I put myself in the position of opportunity. And while I was in the position of opportunity, it found me and opened the doors. You want a promotion at your job? Create a solution. You want a promotion at your job? Do the things that nobody else wants to do. You want a promotion at your job? Look for ways to grow and to increase your value. Because while your value is increasing, value is the currency of vision. And the more your value increases, the more you will realize that people place a higher value on you because of what you carry. But when you are disgruntled and you're living from the place of weakness, when you are disgruntled and you're living from the place of threats, which we will talk about in a little bit, that's when you become frustrated, Tracy. That's when, Shante, the door is closed because you are not looking at the opportunities. So what you need to do, look at what is new in your field. What new can you learn? What new technology is there that you can master? If you are in business, what can I do better? What can I study? You are right now trying to improve the quality of your life. Who do I need to connect to? Who do I need to listen to? Who do I need to follow? And I always say, follow who feeds you. If someone feeds you, then you follow. Don't follow where you're not being fed. So I always say, follow who feeds you, because when you are fed, it's an opportunity to grow. When you grow, you increase your value. Value is the currency of vision. When I increase my value, I increase my capacity to go after my vision. Makes sense? Let me see some hearts, because I know this is good stuff tonight. So, enough about opportunities. Let's talk about threats. The T, threats. Is this good or is this good? I need feedback so I can continue to teach. I need some hearts, I need some love, I need some comments. Let me know. Some Somebody says, this is the space where I am right now. Good, good. So then this live video is helping you tonight. If you have not shared already, please share and invite someone who this might be valuable for. Yes, yes, yes. Good. I'm encouraged. You guys know I love feedback, and I want to make sure this is helping you. It is the bomb. Value is the currency of vision. Absolutely. Hashtag Giant Slayer. I am a blessing. Oh, thank you, Kozat. Love you. Right on time. Good. So now let's talk about the threats. And as I said, thank you, Jocelyn. If you do not have this worksheet, go to Purpose Diaries page, Messenger, send a message. All you need to put is SWOT, SWOT, and you will get the PDF of this so you can start working on the SWOT. Come back, look at this video as many times as you need to. Come into the group Purpose Diaries, share with us your SWOT, and we will be sure to help you. I will give you feedback if you need some help, but live from your place of strengths. Good. We're talking about threats. Can I get a threat right now so that I can see that you guys are here? You definitely need it. Wow, good. So just type SWOT in Messenger and you will get the PDF to begin working on your SWOT analysis for your life. Good. Hey, Sierra, I see that. So now we're talking about threats. So threats are the things that are out of your control. And sometimes people mix up threats and opportunities because they look kind of similar. Things out of your control are things that you have absolutely no influence over. They are things that you cannot change. These are things like the government. These are things like the economy. These are things like laws. These are things that you cannot change. So let's say you are in a particular industry and they create a law that says that you could no longer go live on social media. Now that is a threat to all those who use social media as a form of their business. These are things that are out of your control, right? Let's say Facebook shuts down. That's a possible threat. These are things that are outside of your control, right? Sometimes there are things that are in our control that we believe are not in our control, and we look at them as threats when they are really opportunities. So when you list your threats, these are the things that you have no control over. Things like the economy, things like changes in laws, things like changes in business, things that are absolutely out of your control, right? These are things that happen when things become obsolete, when there are changes on your job, when you lose your job. These are things that can be threats. You get in an accident, you lose a limb, or something happens out of your control, you lose a loved one. These are threats, right? Demand and supply. So let's say demand increases or supply increases. These are threats, things out of your control. So when you look at your life, I want you to list what would be threats, things that are out of your control, but things that you will now be able to minimize based on looking at opportunities. I know we all want to believe that our job is secure, but guess what? I believe, this is just my belief, this is just Krisha talk, no job is 100% secure or risk-free, right? Something can happen at any time. Have you thought about, if I were to lose my job today, what would I do? That's a possible threat. What are the opportunities that I look for? This is why you should have multiple streams of income. Yes, your job is great, it's fabulous, it's awesome, right? Not saying this just because I'm a coach, but I'm saying this because these are things that you need to think about. The economy in my country is, going through some roller coaster rise right now. If I'm banking on the economy, this is a threat. It's out of my control. How do I minimize a threat? I minimize a threat by looking for an opportunity. So what are the opportunities that I'm going to look for? I did a blog post, I think on Tuesday. And in my blog post, I was basically sharing, if you feel cuffed to the clock, things that you can do. And if you are someone, and I don't know why I'm sharing this, but maybe it's helping someone here. If you are someone that you experiencing frustration on your job and you simply don't like your job, you want a new job or you want to leave, first of all, you got to embrace where you are now. Only when you embrace where you are now, then you can move on. When you embrace where you are now, there must be some value that you can get out of your current position. And as I said, value is a currency for vision. What is the value that I can get out of the things that I'm learning on my job, out of my position? There are CEOs at your job, there are supervisors, there are managers. Who can I interview? Have you ever thought about this time that you're frustrated on the job, right? Who can I interview on my job? The CEO, the manager, the supervisor, to hear their story of how they advanced. And these are things that I need to be doing while I'm there. Instead of being busy, being frustrated, I need to increase my value while I'm there. Because value is a currency for vision. And people always say time is money, but that actually isn't true. Time is precious. Value is money. When your value increases, your money increases. Because based on the value and the agreed value that you have agreed to give your time in exchange for money to your employer. Your employer has given you a value amount that they think your time is worth. How is it that we can use our value and give it to everyone else? We can give it to a job for 8 hours, yet when we reach home, we are so tired, we just go into the bed. And we give no value to ourselves. How do we expect life to grow? How do we expect life to change? When we can give the value to everyone else. You can give the value to your friends, to your family, to your job. But then you're not giving the value to your vision. And this is why people don't grow. There are two parts: struggle and progress. The part that you take is dependent on the decisions that you make. Hashtag Giant Slayer. Excuse me. I'm going to say that again. The path that you take is dependent on the decisions that you make. Struggle or progress. People either struggle or they progress, or they struggle to progress. In essence, we all want to advance, Tracy. We all want to live a better life. We all want to live a fulfilled life. But have you identified what fulfillment means to you? Have you identified what success means to you? Have you identified what vision means to you? And only when you begin to put the same value or even more than you put on your time. Time is not precious. Time is not money. Time is precious. And if it's precious, it means that whatever I do with my time gives me either value or it either takes away value. If it takes away value, then it's not profitable. If it gives value, it increases my worth and my profit. Right? Hey Kim, Happy New Year. So that is the threats. Do we have any questions? We have just went through, I think, probably half an hour. I don't know how long I've been talking. About half an hour of teaching on the SWOT. You determine the path, struggle or progress. Absolutely. Somebody says, my God. So while I'm waiting for questions, right? Let me break this down a little more for you guys. So, strengths and weaknesses are internal factors. These are things that are innate. These are things that are internal to you. These are things that you could control. Just to recap, you live from strengths. You delegate weaknesses. So whatever your strength is, and I want you to go make a list so that you know where you're supposed to be living from. Then weaknesses, and then you find someone who your weakness is their strength to help you. You don't try to turn a weakness into a strength. It becomes a strong weakness. So whoever is living from a place of strength where you are weak, these are the persons that you need to have on your team to help you live from a place of strengths. So strengths and weaknesses are internal factors. Opportunities and threats are external. So these are things that you need to look outside of you for. Threats you have no control over, but opportunities you do. Because opportunities are always there, but you have to look for them and you have to seek them out. So opportunities and threats, they are external factors. So what you do is, ideally you want to live from a place of strengths and opportunities, and you want to minimize weaknesses and threats. Threats, I want you to forecast what are some of the things that could happen that could threaten what I'm building right now. Then you look for opportunities that would be able to support, and threats can actually become opportunities. Because when there's a threat, we become more creative. I didn't know how creative I was until, I left my job. Then creativity was really stood up. Because guess what? Now, I had to be reliant on God, number one. But then I also had to do the work. After I prayed, yes, I had to get up off of my knees and get strategy. So there had to be prayer and strategy. There had to be some learning, there had to be some growth, and there had to be a lot of work. And guess what? Even now, there's still a lot of work. So what can be a threat is actually your opportunity to get creative. Your threat is your opportunity to learn something new. Your threat is your opportunity to increase value. And remember, value is the currency of vision. Once I increase my value and I'm looking at the vision, then I increase my potential, I increase my growth, and I live from a place of strength. So we need to pray, yeah, right? But after you finish praying, get up and work the plan, get up and get some value, get up and get some strategy, get up and look for opportunities. And I saw a post, I think it says, if opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. Create your own opportunities. Build a door, because value is a currency of vision. Once you give value and you increase value, you will increase profit. It is inevitable, because you are increasing your learning, you are increasing your knowledge, and you are increasing your positioning so that you can win. Do we have any questions? If we have any questions, I will answer any questions on the SWOT. And again, message SWOT to the page Purpose Diaries and get your own PDF of this. And I want you to sit and begin to fill it out. Think about, what is my strengths? What are my weaknesses? Look in your circle. There's somebody who is strong where you are weak. And that is the person that you need to delegate to. I told you guys, I am not consistent by intention. But I have some consistent people around me that would say, hello, ma'am, you're supposed to do this. Hello, ma'am, this was supposed to come out on this date. Hello, ma'am, you need to do this now. And let me be honest, it gets annoying. But some of us need to be annoyed. Some of us need to be provoked to progress. This is why one of the people on the bus is a provoker. Because some of us, if we are not provoked, we'll never move. Because it's a weakness. It's hard to move when something is a weakness. You got to have someone who that is their strength. That's going to say, you're good at this, but now I need you to do the work. And I need you to get to the place of strength. Do the work. Opportunity will come. Yes, 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 yes. Any questions? Any questions? I'm going to just leave about probably 1 minute to answer questions. Can we ask by calling in? I don't understand the question. That's good. Thank you. Do we have any questions on SWOT? Strengths, weakness, opportunities, threats. People in your circle. I need people like that. Once you identify, what I notice happens, what I notice happens is, when you identify who you need shows up. Who you need may not be showing up because you don't even know who you need. Who you need right now is in your mind. And I always say you need to move things from mind to manifestation through writing them down. So you know you need people, but you don't even know who you need. So if they showed up today, you wouldn't know how to recognize them because you don't know what you need. You know what you need in your mind, but you don't know what you need and it's not written down. So you have to move things from mindset to manifestation by writing them down. When I write down who I need comes. So sometimes the first step for us is writing down who we need. When you look at your weakness shows you who you need. So when you see someone that is great in that area, you can now identify who are the people in your circle. Because right now, by default, Which should be the first focus? Okay, sure. Right now, by default, the people in your circle are probably people that you chose through liking them, through having something in common, through going to school with them, family, etc. But it probably is not a deliberate choice based on their qualities, based on their strengths. I have to help people with their vision. I love to help people with their vision. Good. So Rona is asking, which should be the first focus? Your first focus is really writing down your strengths. I want you to begin to think about what you are good at. That's a powerful point. When you write down who you need come. Yeah, and if it's not written down, you don't know who you need. If you say, I want to get out of debt, and you meet someone today that says, you know what, I want to write you a check to help you get out of debt. What is the figure? You don't even know. So you are not serious about getting out of debt because you don't even know what your debt is. Avoidance doesn't mean dealing with the problem, right? So you need to have specifics, and you need to have specifics written down, right? How can I increase the value in helping people with their vision? How can I increase the value in helping people with their vision? Okay, so to increase value in helping people with their vision, you need to increase in your vision. Whatever you do personally, that's why we're starting with you and looking at your SWOT. Whatever you do personally then filters down to those who are attached to you. When you increase your value, when you increase your strategy, when you increase your knowledge, automatically those who are attached to you or those who you are helping with their vision, they are increased as well, because you would have now increased, so it filters down to those who you are connected to. So the answer to that, how do I increase in helping others with their vision or their value? Increase your value. Then, just as you do a SWOT for your life, do a SWOT for your business. Do a SWOT. Talk about what you want to see so you can identify the type of clients that you want to attract. So do a SWOT for your business. Do a SWOT for your relationships. Look at what are your strengths. Have your partner do a SWOT, and you guys begin to look. You know why we are frustrated in relationships? Because two people trying to live from strengths, looking at other people's weaknesses and not compromising. Because everybody wants to look at and to point finger at the other person when a weakness is simply a weakness. And we need to live from the place of strengths, right? So as I increase, Brianna, my personal value, then the value is increased to my clients. I can do a SWOT for my business. I can do a SWOT for my relationship. I can do a SWOT for my life. I can do a SWOT for my career. The main thing is looking and moving things from mind to manifestation is to have it written down. This is why I stress in Purpose Diaries keeping a journal. I stress doing worksheets. I stress if you really want to, because as you begin to do this worksheet, you are going to begin to see things in yourself. You are going to begin to see opportunities. You are going to begin to see clearly who you are. And I started off by saying you have to know yourself to grow yourself. So once you know who you are, you know who you need, and then you can live more effectively. I will be writing the people down. Good. Excellent, Tiffany. Excellent. You journal. Good. Excellent, Brianna. That's great. Do we have any other questions? Did I answer all the questions? I love answering questions, so you guys please ask me if you have them. Any questions on SWOT? I have some, you guys have some homework, right? To go get the PDF and figure out what your SWOT is. You so needed this. Yay! And my aim is to really teach you guys strategies. If you are not already in Purpose Diaries, the group, make sure you get in, join, follow the page Purpose Diaries. My aim is to teach you strategies, especially in this month, to lay the foundation. And everything that I will teach throughout this year will progress. So in this month, we are laying the foundation for your growth. So make sure you are following, make sure you are connected. If this message resonates with you, make sure you stay connected because you don't want to miss out, right? I'm just tuning in. How do I get the SWOT? You get the SWOT by sending a message through Messenger to Purpose Diaries on Facebook, Purpose Diaries page. Go to Messenger, type SWOT, and then you will get the PDF of the SWOT. You have work to do. All of you guys have work to do. So I hope you have enjoyed this teaching. If you have not shared already, please share so someone can watch the replay. If you are watching the replay, it's SWOT similar to SMART. They can work together. The SMART is really a goal setting system, right? And I talk about the SMART in my Purpose Diaries planner. If you don't already have one, you need to get your life and order one, right? But in the Purpose planner, we have a section in here about SMART, because SMART is really about goal setting. So once you do your SWOT, I believe that your SWOT, right? SMART is in here. I believe that your SWOT is gonna help you to now set SMART goals, because you know your strengths. You live from a place of strengths. Therefore, your goal setting will be very different. You are welcome. I enjoy doing this. You guys know this. And if you're not already connected to the group Purpose Diaries, which I believe is one of the best groups of purpose on Facebook, just saying. If you're not already connected with me in the group Purpose Diaries, make sure that you are. Make sure that you are following, so that you can get all of these teachings to help you grow in life. So my name is Krisha Sarah Bowen, also known as the Giant Slayer. Rhonda says it is life good. I love all of you guys. I hope this teaching has been good to you. Send me a note in Purpose Diaries. Let me know how good the teaching was. Let me know if this helped you. Let me know how you're gonna work it. Send me your pictures of your SWOT. Do it. Send me a picture. Send me an email. I want to see you guys doing the work. Send it in the group. And do give us some feedback on today's live video. You guys have an amazing, I was about to say Monday, but I think it's Thursday. Have an amazing Thursday. I like to call it Tangible Thursday. It's the day that we talk about results. And we're talking about results with your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Remember to always push past pain and passionately pursue your purpose. Love you guys. Bye-bye.